The Niners facing off against the Eagles. San Francisco favored by 3 in this one. Over under 47.5. Thoughts on this one?
I'm taking the Niners in the over. Philadelphia has been squeaking by some games that um, they probably should have been playing a little bit better. They realize it's not their best football right now, and I think this is the wake-up call that they're going to need. So I do think San Francisco is able to go into Philly and steal one. Wouldn't surprise me if the game's a push because of a late surgence by the Eagles. However, I think the Niners win this game fairly comfortably, and are able to not put everybody on notice because we know that they're a good team already, but re-cement themselves as a powerhouse in the NFC after dropping those 3 consecutive games previous to their bye week.
Right. Yeah, that very well could come to play. Now, this is one of those two that you saw. This is definitely that rematch of the NFC Championship game last year, right? And this was one of those that when these two teams squared off against it, and you heard a whole lot about it after the game, that if Brock Purdy hadn't gone down, like the Niners players were definitely chirping that they would have been able to beat it and win and all of that kind of stuff, right? And that's one of those things tend to resonate and stick a little bit. Philadelphia is certainly not a city that forgets that or allows those types of things to be forgotten. So I do think that that Philly's going to come into this game with a chip on their shoulder. I do think that they find a way to pull out a win, right? Like you said earlier, they haven't been playing necessarily the greatest football, but they are finding ways to just get wins. I do think that they managed to pull this one out at home. I do think that we see the over come into play. One of the props that I like, though, was Jalen Hurts to go under 43.5 rushing yards.
I'm taking AJ Brown over 71.5 receiving yards.